Prima na Jope aba bakundiye kandi bakija kwereka kwikiriza rukundo yawe. Ndabashima umunonga kandi simwe mwana babasha kwija gusigaye imirimo yanyu mukija kuvekera ubugore. Prima akatwara ubwire bw'ibyo hati yabasha kwikiriza kiteka tekoche kandi nisima Prima na Jope. Thank you for all the programs you have passed through, and you offered the programs to us and our end of the road, and she has helped you pass all the programs you faced, and you have reached your day. Thank you for the day, and I continue to pray for you, so that your family may get blessings, you may get the children, and whatever you are looking for, as you have been this end since ever your father died. You left Kampala, you came in Kabale for my sake. So I thank you very much, Prima. I thank you, Jope, for all He has for you. May the Almighty bless you abundantly and continue to guide you. I thank everyone. I wish you a safe journey in the background. Thank you very much for attending. Thank you.
Mama. Na ndashaka mu speech ya mama tutajigambo tugumize naho kwa byona byabira uriko. Tiko
speeches coming closer to the end of our speeches, and now I'd like to welcome Mr. Robert, a mentor and a godparent to Mr. Jope.
Thank you. I stand here today feeling a lot of emotion. Normally I'm not a very emotional person, but I'm so happy today, particularly this weekend, because there are two important weddings happening. One is today, the other one is tomorrow, so I have to be in Kampala by the morning to make sure I attend the other wedding as well. Because the weddings of two important people that I've known. This particular one is Prima Jope. I've known Prima for over 12 years. I think somewhere around 14. And Jope since I began, I think. And they're wonderful people. My job in life, I do technology work, I do business, I do strategy. But I do another side of me. I coach people, and I've coached these people up to today. And I want to tell you something about success, because I think there are successful people who are going to be very successful in future as well. If you look at every successful person, there are certain characteristics that they have. The first one is that they know what they don't want. They don't know what they don't want. For all those years, I've seen Prima trying to choose a spouse, and what was always very clear is what she doesn't want. This I don't want, that I don't want, this I don't want, this I don't want. And it was beautiful to watch the elimination process of all the wannabes that they don't want. So Jope, by sitting there, you should know you're wanted. Because there are many I don't want that I have seen. And so for that reason, congratulations. But I've also seen Jope. I think from the speeches that we had, for the people who've known him, he's also known, has been very clear about what doesn't like, doesn't want. And the day he found what he wanted, he left the opulence of the UK, jumped on a flight to come to a country he doesn't know, to a continent he's never been to, and landed here. And some of us know he's had a few challenges medically while here. And some of us thought maybe it's better you first go back home, get better, and then come back and say, hell no. Hell no, I would rather die here than go back. That's a man who knows what he wants. And he's eliminated everything that he doesn't want. And so I'm so happy today that I found two people here who know what they want and what they don't want. The second thing is going against the tide, to go for what you want. The first time I met Prima, maybe Prima I should tell them about the first encounter. I used to manage a manager who used to manage her. And one of the things that we used to do, I used to do, I would sit down with everyone I work with to try to understand their career path, their dreams and their passions. And like you heard, she was doing computer science. And so we sit in the boardroom and I asked her, she was a young lady, so where are you going? While I'm planning for this department, what is it that I should think about in line with you? And the first thing she told me, I don't like technology, I'm not going to be this alone. Can you imagine you telling your senior boss that you don't like being where you are? And it fascinated me. And I asked her, so what do you want to do? And she's like, I'm going to do business. And I'm like, wow. Now while I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking about someone doing computer science and the budgets I need to prepare for that and all these things in line with what we're doing. And she said, no, none of that. So I asked her, which business? Do you have any business? And she looked at me and she's like, yeah, I'm selling phone covers. So sometimes I thought that it's a joke, so I said, can you sell me too? And she actually went to her car, picked them up, and made a sale. And it fascinated me. Long story short, the career direction changed. So we began discussing how she can actually get into business. Eventually, she went to business school. I followed up. Eventually, the car business boutique started. We would shop from outside this office, behind her booth. And many of us rally people in to do that. Eventually, fashion signature. Eventually, what she does now. And we've been there, walking this journey together. My job as a coach is to always see what people can be. This is what I keep saying, that life is not a picture. When you take a picture of these wonderful people right here, that's not the end of the story. Life is a movie. There are twists and turns, beautiful scenes, and a lot of hills and valleys. But at the end of the day, the people know what they want to eventually end up successful. The third thing that I will mention here, is prioritizing long-term success. Now many of us, and I will speak particularly about girls and boys, is that we get excited by the short-term stuff. Short-term money, short-term relationships, short-term things. And Father Young today was telling us that marriage is a permanent relationship. I'll tell you about that because I'm 15 years in marriage now, despite my age. 15 years in marriage. The successful people do not see life in a month, in a week, in 1 year. They see a lifetime. Actually, many of them see beyond their lifetime. The Jews, for example, are known to be the richest people in the world. They see 3 generations, and they say that you work for your grandchildren. A righteous man, the Bible says, leaves an inheritance for his children's children, meaning that you work for your grandchildren. It's that how far they see. And I've watched these wonderful people go past the short-term gains, go past the short-term feelings, to go the extra mile to see what is permanent. And this gives me a lot of confidence to know that this marriage is going to work. Now in the morning, in the church, they read us a very wonderful scripture from 1 Corinthians 13. And it concludes like this. If you want, you can go back and look at it. That is how it concludes. That these 3 things remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of them all is love. But I want to tell you about the other 2. You cannot be married to someone you don't have faith in. And so Jope, whether it's a bad day or good day, your faith in Prima never stops. When I got married, my wife had 1 degree. Right now she has a PhD. Why? Because I believed in her. And when she didn't want to take the course, I said, I'm going to be your sponsor. When she said I have no supervisor, I would say I'm going to supervise, even if I don't understand. When she would say, because I believed in the potential of that person. The people who fail in marriage, Father, are also people who get threatened by the success of their wives. So when the wife becomes successful, does better, makes more money, is more influential, some people begin to want to come down to her level. You know, failure likes company. But I think for us, we believe that people should rise up to their maximum potential. As I've known Prima in the time of non-job, we've always believed in maximizing your potential. Jope and Prima, my hope is this, that you believe beyond doubt that your spouse can be the best that they can be. That's what faith is. Hope looks like this, but sometimes things look green and gray. You get sick, you'll be in the ICU, it looks like it's the end, right? You'll be broke, you might even run bankrupt, it can look like it's the end. But the people who hope know that there's a better day coming, and that things can get better. Every day things can get better, even when there's no reason to believe. The Bible said these three things remain: faith, hope, and love. But then it says the greatest of all them all is love. We know you love each other. I think what we know more is that love is not a feeling, it is a choice. You choose every day that I'm going to love this person whether they misbehave or they don't. I'm going to love them whether they like me or they don't. I'm going to love them through every situation. I'm going to love them through every trouble. And those three things will always remain. Beauty will change. Jope, you're about to get, when I was not married, I was such a fit guy. I would run 10 kilometers almost daily. And then when I signed up, I just realized I became a one-man customer to a restaurant. And long before I knew, my waist size was much bigger. And then at some point I really had to work hard to reverse the trend because the trajectory was becoming dangerous. Love, faith, and hope. Lastly, I want to read you a poem, because I've seen this in Prima all these years. Many of us perhaps think we get afraid of many things. We write ourselves off. We make ourselves too small. We look at Prima doing everything that she does and we're like, but how can she? I think for that, some of us who are seated here, maybe you also need to hear this. The poem goes like this: that our deepest fear are not that we are inadequate. It's not because we're inadequate that we are afraid. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. We can do so much. It is not our light. Sorry, it is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Many of us are happy to be in a dark space, unrecognized, unseen, not standing out. That doesn't threaten us, but to be more, that scares us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant? We ask ourselves, who am I to be gorgeous? We ask ourselves, who am I to be talented and fabulous? Who am I? These are questions we ask ourselves. Actually, who are you not to be? Prima, who are you not to be a girl married to a man with a very high IQ? Who are you not to be? You belong there. Who are you not to be a person who owns a global business? You belong there. Jope, who are you not to be married to such a pretty girl? You belong to her. We ask ourselves, who am I not to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are the child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. None of us ever wakes up to look for the losers in life. No, your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. There's nothing enlightened about you being small so that others may feel like they are okay. After all, you are like them. No. We are all meant to shine, all of us, as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. Every one of us has the glory of God in us. We have to manifest it. It is not in just some of us, it is in every one of us. Every one of us. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. Jope and Prima, you've done that today. I'm sure there are many girls here who think I may get married in the UK, not just in Kabul. Yeah? Because you're making manifest that that is possible. As we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. So what am I saying this evening? Believe. Chase the dream. It is possible. It's in you. Be the best that you can be. Do what you can. Make the most of this life. Enjoy the years of marriage. These days, some of us who are married, we know that there's so much vibe against marriage. Everyone is telling you it's a prison, it's a chain, it is this. This is a misery that likes company. In my home, marriage is a wonderful place to be. We have wonderful children and I see you get them. These people, by the way, you are saying they have a family only in the UK. They also have a family in Entebbe because they always welcome in my home and they've been there several times. God deposited so much in you. It is really you to make it manifest. I'll end this by saying a prayer to you. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord shine his face upon you. May he give you peace. May your blessings be real every day. May you know his company in every journey that you take. May he increase you. May you bring glory. And may you bring joy to all of us as your friends and as your family and to the generations that will come after you. God bless you.
Thank you very much. Before you leave, my brother, really your speech meant a lot to me. Later on, I will ask Prima to give me your contact. Or if you don't mind, you could share that poem. Now, being a godparent to Matthew, I know Madame Immaculate shared the same responsibility, and then we get off. And thereafter, my brother Robert, you could invite Mr. Jope also to give us his words. And then we cut the cake, we enjoy it, and then we conclude the day. Thank you.
Today, I'm very happy. First of all, let me first thank God for today.
Be careful.
It has been a long-awaited day for Prima and Jope, and we have finally reached the day. We thank God for you people. We surrender God to your family, and we wish you the best in everything. I know you can fight. It has not been easy for you, but God has made it for you. You don't need to forget this. I don't have much, but I just want to give you a piece of advice. You will be two in the family with Jope.